All right, guys, listen up because I'm becoming a digital nomad and I have a house full of stuff that I need to sell. Even things like this from my previous house that I used to do Airbnb arbitrage with. I have no idea what any of this stuff is worth. So I'm going to be using AI to figure it out and get everything listed. So I have less than 2 weeks to get everything in an entire house that I've lived in for over 5 years that I moved all of this stuff into from an Airbnb arbitrage house. I am loaded down and I need to liquidate everything. So I need a partner in crime, and that's going to be Gemini to help me figure out what things are worth or what I'm going to be donating. Let's go. Okay. And when I say I'm selling everything, I mean everything. Look at this list right here. I got a Kangen water machine that was super expensive and I didn't know what to sell it for. I have my entire split board setup that I've had for over 5 years. I have a snowmobile trailer, a Yamaha snowblower, Polaris A arms for an older snowmobile, Yakima racks that are sitting under the house that I used to have for a Forerunner that I haven't driven in over 8 years. I've had Tacoma trucks for the last 5 years and haven't even used them. I have Stokely skis that I haven't skied in the last 2 years. I have no idea what they're worth because they're over 5 years old. Spindles, you probably don't even know what that is. I don't even really know what that is, but it's a front end part for a snowmobile. I have no clue what these things are worth. So I just simply am going to be using my phone, taking pictures of things, and then just asking Gemini, what's this worth? And should I donate it or should I sell it? Now, I don't know about you, but selling stuff gives me anxiety. And so when a guy came to look at my snowblower, which was a Yamaha snowblower, everybody likes Hondas for some reason in Tahoe. Yamaha is typically sold in Canada. And he started asking me a bunch of questions. I didn't know how to answer them. So guess what I did? I simply pulled out my phone and I said, "Hey, Gemini, the guy for the snowblower is actually here. Can you please explain to him all the details of why he should want to own this snowblower?" And I literally just let it talk to him. And this is what it told him. It told him everything about, if you look on my screen, why this machine, everything about the engine, the tracks and wheels, some of the upgrades that I've done, its throwing distance, everything that he wanted to know was right there. And he just like looked at me and I'm like, "You want to demo it?" And he was like, "Yeah." Once we demoed it, he was like, "Yeah, this is sold." Gave me the entire asking price for it right then and there. I didn't even have to sell it. I let Gemini do it. Okay, so now the best thing about it was when they started trying to haggle with me on price, I just looked at my phone and said, "You realize that infinite intelligence just told us what it was worth and why it was worth that. Now, you can either give me the full price that we're asking for, or I can give it to the next person that sent me a message about this listing." It relieved a ton of stress for me, and it was completely a third party that was actually conducting the sale almost like an agent instead of two people trying to haggle back and forth. All right, and I want to bring this home for you because let's say you have something like this, a mini fridge that's laying around and you don't know what it's worth. Or let's say you have something that's a little bit disgusting, like an older air filter, and then you move it away from the wall and find out it's super dusty and dirty. Well, check it out. You just send the pictures into Gemini and it'll full on tell you exactly what everything's worth. And it even noticed that this one was dirty. So I had no idea what I had here, but it knows that this is a high end unit and it knows for what it can like sell for. And then it says that, yeah, there's dust and pet hair on it. So make sure to clean that, vacuum the grill before you actually take the picture for marketplace. But yeah, even if you have stuff like laying around like this, you just take a picture of the model number and it knows everything about it and will tell you exactly what it's worth. I was blown away and it's helping me clear out my entire life. So then I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do with my, brand new Tacoma truck that I leased? And I asked Gemini, and it's like, here's what your contract balance is. Here's your monthly payment. Here's what you can do. It even brought up a list of dealerships for me to contact that would give me a cash offer on the truck to take me out of my lease. Absolutely amazing. I just wanted to get this for you. So here's the screenshot of it actually doing that. Go ahead and list those and include the ones in the greater Sacramento area as well. And it went and found each person that I needed to talk to, gave me the operating hours, and listed them all for me to find out who's going to give me the best offer on the truck. Can you give me a quick summary of what we've sold so far? And then we can get off screen share and I can just talk for a second, right? So, all right. So now you're got the pictures in Gemini. It's told you whether you should donate this or you should probably sell it. Well, next step is how do we get this listed? We're actually going to ask Gemini to write the listing for us. And we're just going to simply cut and paste and take those same pictures and just put them into Facebook Marketplace and hit submit. You just hit submit. All right, so now you've gotten your pictures put into Gemini and said, what the hell is this? Is it worth donating or is it worth actually selling? And I put the parameters of, hey, I don't want to deal with anything that isn't over $100. So as far as like bed frames and beds, it said, yeah, these are worth over $100. You should sell them on Facebook Marketplace. But other small things like that were old, like ski boots, it was like, this isn't worth anything. You should just donate it to somebody. So that's what I've been doing. But let's say you have something that you want to sell. Next steps, really simple. We're just going to ask Gemini, hey, let's go ahead and list this on Marketplace. Please write the listing for me. And I'm going to do that live with you right here. All right. So next steps is I'm just going to take a picture of this guy, which is a thermostat from I don't know how long ago that doesn't work in this house for some reason because this house is too old. Um, and ask Gemini attach. And what I'm going to do is just be like, this has been sitting on a shelf above my washer and dryer ever since I moved into this house because it's not supported by the heater and the wiring in this house. I'm wondering if this is something that would be worth selling on Facebook Marketplace. So it'll go through and it'll analyze, and then this is what it's saying right here. This is definitely worth selling. You have a Google Nest Learning Thermostat, third generation. Even though it didn't work for you and the specific wiring in your house, this is a top tier model. Now get this. Brand new, it's telling me these are selling for $190 to $250. Marketplace value, open in the box, like you have it, is anywhere from $100 to $140. If you want to price it at nomad speed, price it at 85. And then I will show you here on a screen share once I load it onto the computer screen that it wrote the entire listing for me. So let's go through that. Okay. And we're back. And you can see what I asked it through my phone with the picture. And then you can see right here what I just kind of went over with you guys about Nomad speed price was 85 bucks. And here's the listing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut and paste this. And it's really easy to do on the phone. Copy. I'm going to come over here to different screen. So I've loved doing this just on my phone, not even using it on my computer because it was so much simpler just to have two tabs open on my phone, go into the Facebook ad, go to selling, hit the plus sign. You just hit one item. You can add your photos right there. It needs some help here. Add photos. Perfect. Just going to take a better picture of it. We'll open it. Take a picture of it. Picture's done. Add photos. This one and this one. Next. Title. Paste. Then you just, I don't know about you on an iPhone, but I just have to hit a little button to see. Yeah, I think you hit the middle button on iPhones twice to be able to get it to go to like all the different open tabs. And then I just cut and paste the description. Just lost 15 subscribers because they're like, oh, this guy's an Android guy. I'm out. Description, paste. And the formatting, you got to fix that a little bit, put some returns in so it's not just one big jumbled thing. Okay, and I'm going to show you on condition, just need to put like new, price. What did it tell me to list it for? That's right, 85 bucks. 85 bucks. Done. And then hit publish. Your listing's being approved. That simple. So let me show. All right. So you can see all I was doing is cutting and pasting from here. Okay. Exactly into Facebook. And now we have the listing right here. Open. Don't want to delete it. Everything's sitting right here. Already done. Pictures, all done. So simple. And while we're here, I want to show you one thing real quick, and that is this listing because I'm not a tool guy. I have no idea what any of this stuff's worth, but I simply took a picture of it and it says, oh, you have this kit with these batteries, with this charger. This is what it's worth. It just simplified the entire thing, wrote the entire listing, put everything in it for me. I didn't have to think. All I had to do is cut and paste. And you can do this too. All right. So aside from figuring out what I had laying in a shed out back and what it was actually worth, everything from what my snowboard was actually worth and how to price it effectively to sell within, you know, a matter of like 24 hours, this air purifier, look at all of this stuff that I was able to get listed just by simply cutting and pasting. These Yakima racks, I had them sitting underneath my house for like the last, I think, over 5 years. And I had no idea that getting them listed for 500 bucks, somebody would be over at my house to pick them up in less than a few hours. Um, Skis, I had no idea that these were worth more than these. I actually would have thought it was the other way around, but it did the research and told me why each one was worth a certain price. This has relieved so much stress for me in this move. I am so excited to keep using AI to have that infinite intelligence and tell me exactly what to do and how to verbalize things like in listings to be able to make sure that these things that have been laying around get used by people that can actually use them and that want them. So I wanted to use this as an example. And the reason is because a lot of us get overwhelmed. And it's because we have so many things going on in our brains, we just don't take action. With Gemini, I was able to get everything in a house that I probably should have sold over 5 years ago, listed and moving out the door in like less than a couple hours. Now, this is what's interesting is that I'm going to continuously use AI to plan where I'm going to be a digital nomad next, what adventures I'm going to go on, and what new things that I need to work on to actually help me in my business and on this AI journey. And what I encourage you to do is follow along, hit that subscribe button, maybe like the video, drop me a comment on how these things help you. And we're going to go on this adventure together.